What's good, everybody? Cody from Modern Trend coming at you with another video today. We're in quarantine, lockdown. I needed something to do, something to talk about. Right here I have, as you can see in the title, obviously, Figures of Speech by Virgil. Don't mind the mess. Spilled some coffee on it, but it gives it character, I think. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be walking through this today, breaking down some of my favorite parts of the actual book, some things that I took from it, basically just giving you a rundown if you haven't actually seen the book. Look at a top-down shot, real beautiful, move through it, and let you know what I think. Alright, so I have the book right here. In the front, you just have the special edition of the book, a photo of, I'm guessing that's Virgil's hand holding it. I bought the regular version because I don't know if they had this one and it was more expensive. This was already like $60-$70. 1, 2, 3 down the spine is actually for the 3 sections that the book is broken up into, which I'll get more into once we get into the book. And then on the back here, you just have Virgil Abloh, Figures of Speech, 1980 to 2019. Figures of Speech is the name of the book, of course. 1980, I'm guessing that's when Virgil was born, to 2019. And then you have the MCA. The book is a little dirty. I mean, I kept it on my coffee table. And that beautiful stain right there as well. Super dark. It doesn't look as dark on camera, I don't believe, but we can forget about that. We'll just get right into the book here. Yeah, so when you open it up, the way that he constructed the book is kind of cool. There's so many pages. Bonded everything together with this, some sort of like glue or tape here, and then sort of detached the cover right here so that you're able to flip through a little easier and you don't have that awkward like bend in the spine. This is the first section here. This is the what was actually in the exhibit at the MCA. So start off with these title pages, of course. Acknowledgements, of course, you know, like you have in all books. A little speech here from Michael Darling. And then right here we have a conversation between Virgil, Rem Koolhaas, and then also Samir Bantal. Goes on for a little bit, and then you get into what's finally in the exhibit. So it starts off, the exhibit sort of spans his whole creative career as of today, or as of up to the point of the exhibit. So it starts off with his early schoolwork. This is stuff at IIT when he went there for architecture, which was super cool to see it at the actual exhibit. They had like the actual 3D model of this, huge, with all the city buildings to scale, and then this building in red. So this is just a digital version of that. A lot of Pyrex stuff. I mean, it walks through everything here. So Pyrex, they had this super big Yeezus CD case, which I thought was super dope. Probably my favorite thing in there. Gets into some of his furniture that he's done. The jewelry is super dope. I've always loved Virgil's jewelry before he was icing it out. Jacob & Co. Seeing these were super dope. Of course, you have these in there, the big exhibit with them all laid out. Some of the IKEA stuff that he did here. This is the dress for Beyonce with the glove. I love these leather jacket and vest pieces with the pockets. Super dope. These were really cool to see too. I really like the look of these. And then you get into some essays here at the end of this section. Second, you have the index, which is this green section here, which I think is super cool. It's basically an index of all of Virgil's creative work, and it breaks it down into different categories, such as advertising and branding, language, race, social commentary, all types of different stuff in here. Really goes through everything that he's done, from Nike, ceramics, painting. And the third section, which is actually my favorite, honestly, is the archives. Basically what the archives is I forget who the guys are, but Virgil basically gave hard drives. Here it says it right here. On November 3rd, 2018, Virgil handed us a hard drive with every file from every computer, phone, and external drive that he has owned since 2008. So this goes even more into depth than that. This shows everything that Virgil has had since 2008, all of this creative stuff, sketches, all types of stuff. So it starts off here with his actual hardware. This super dope spread here, showing the breakdown of the files recovered from his hard drives. A lot of pictures, videos, just a bunch of stuff. And then this is pretty cool. It's like a map of his travel paths in a year, I believe. And then this is the projects that this is basically an index for the rest of the book. Oh God, just looking at that again, just so sad. It's index for the entirety of what's in the book. So if you wanna pause and look at this stuff, go ahead. I'm actually just gonna skip through and show some of my favorite things to look at. But it really has everything that he's done here. I mean, so the first part that really caught my eye when I was moving through the stuff are some of these early sketches that he was doing. This is actually for Pastel with Kanye. And I just really love seeing like these flat sketches of garments, because I think that this is the way that I sketched stuff when I first was starting to get into fashion, and it's sort of like I'm able to relate to this a little bit. I know that's like for certain people, like even me, I can get like down on myself a little bit because I'm not the best at drawing and sketching. This really shows you like it's not really how good you render it, it's the ideas. But some of these are super dope to look at. A little bit later, it moves into Kanye and Virgil's internship at Fendi. It walks through some of the stuff. It says here, we were presenting a vision of what we thought Fendi men's could be. Really like some of these pieces, and this vest jacket here, super dope. He did a lot of work with Kanye, obviously. So right here you have my beautiful dark twisted fantasy creative direction is most of it. Goes into some Yeezus stuff here. Super dope to see the creative process behind this. I mean, where they started and sort of what they got to. Just see how much got stripped down from here, moving across, and finally until it was just at its final format of just super minimalistic. The beginning of the Off-White. Also touches on some of his retail architecture, some drawings, some different things that he's done with interiors of his retail stores. Gets even more into his jewelry right here. Really, there's just so much going on, all different types of creative stuff in here, which is what I really love about it, is you get to see all the behind the scenes process of everything that he's really done. Some stuff that I didn't even know he did. Nike, of course. And finally, probably my favorite part of the book, the section titled Louis Vuitton the Resume. So this really showed like his whole portfolio for how he got the job at Louis Vuitton. And seeing this as a student of fashion design and being able to like understand and get that first hand sort of experience of what this looks like is super dope to me. Everything, I mean, you have your sketch, you can really see the improvement, some of his work, but also the same type of just minimal sketching and flat sketching. Goes into some of his like mood boards and customer boards here. And then towards the end, it goes into the making of the actual book that we're flipping through right now. You can really see their thought process through the whole entire thing. Types of stuff that was collected, how it was curated, then the actual exhibition that he held. Then you get some beautiful color pictures at the end here. And then, of course, you have your acknowledgments in the end, which, I mean, bring this thing to a close, really. So that was a book right there. Just wanted to walk through it, show you some things that I took away from it, some of my favorite parts. As a student of fashion design, I know a lot of people probably haven't had the opportunity to see it, but I've had the book for a while now since I went to the exhibition. Been through it a couple times, reading some of the stuff, going through some of those photos in the archives. Just super dope stuff, I thought. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this one. Stay safe. Stay healthy, focus, keep moving forward. Just like everything else, gonna keep moving forward. On that note, peace.